welcome. My name is Ayana Leahy, and I am joyful to share in this episode of Light Mastery Academy the theme transforming resistance, anger, and fear into power. We are biological beings. We naturally push back anything that could make us feel afraid. Change can make us feel afraid, so we can become very resistant to moving out of the comfort zone that we're living in. Biological human beings, we hold things together so that we can survive, eat, sleep, think, function on a healthy level. We can separate from our mind from our body. How does that happen? What does it mean to separate our mind from our body? It means that your mind is thinking one thing, your body is saying another, or shouting another theme message to you, but you're not hearing it. What happens when you move through resistance, anger, and fear? What happens? You break through the borders, the boundaries, the walls into who you really are. Human behavior, human reactions, human responses, they're all natural. What we do with them is what's really important. How do we resist? Why do we resist? So we resist change. We resist someone else's power being put on us, someone else's harshness, someone else's opinions or criticism. We can become resistant. We build an armor. It's an energetic armor all around us. We are trained to think in a certain way to maintain our anger and our fear. We create our own thinking to hold that anger and fear into place. Your body has a built-in memory system. So the ways that you've been treated, the way you've been talked to, the way you've been abused, the way that you have been put on a pedestal, the ways that you have been judged and criticized become internal experiences that we can resist getting to know because we don't want to feel. And in our fear of feeling, we block out all of the possibilities, all of the incredible opportunities to break through our own feeling of fear, of what's down through the fear, and we prevent life from bringing what it wants to bring to us, what you deserve, meaning it's what you've earned this lifetime past. What that means is that your soul lined up in a particular way for this lifetime, and it needs you to show up. And so if you're choosing the fear, sometimes it's an unconscious choice. Make it conscious. Feel your fear. Feel. When you feel fear in your genitals, what does that mean? It means you feel a tightening up in your pelvis. You feel a tightening up of your life force energies because you weren't given as a child. You didn't give to yourself as a child, a teen. You can give that to yourself now. Your own pure sexuality, meaning the essence within inside of your life force, your expression, your joy, to move through you and touch your mind. Your mind is not just in your head, your mind is also in your body. In the Be Light meditation, the meditation program and teaching in the Spirit Gateways Institute, you experience full awakening in your body, mind, connected into your soul, so that you can access that true source, that true power that is deep within inside of you. And from living in that union inside of yourself, you can better recognize when you move into fear, when you say, okay, I'm not going there. I'm trusting my heart connection into my soul, and I'm going to open that doorway in this moment, and I'm going to allow the power, the courage that I feel in my heart center, connected with my lower belly, and the free moving sexual energies that are my life force. They are yours. Your sexual energies have been misunderstood. They are life force energies. They are not just for sex and orgasm. Those represent, sex and orgasm represent, and they are experiences that open you to your spiritual power. As you get to know your true spiritual power, you are living in a zone beyond fear, and yet you recognize fear, and you will have old fears that come up to be moved through and released. Fear is part of being human. Knowing to go through the fear is human. Resisting the experience of opening into ourself denies us, it denies you the possibility of living your life in alignment with your true self, your true purpose, because you are evolving. And in some lifetimes you might just shoot like a cannonball right through time and space and make amazing monumental shifts in movement. In another lifetime you might stay more stationary. It's your choice. In this lifetime, it's your choice of how you want to move. There are many ways to bypass and sidestep your own fears and to go through the fears that are temporary. You can use alcohol to bypass the brain barrier to fear, but it's temporary, and it doesn't get you in touch with how to access, anchor, and ground in to your true self. You can use plant medicine to open up inner portals into the astral world, but it doesn't give you the full knowledge of how to go there yourself and work with what you find there. When you move through true fear in yourself, you move through your own self-doubt system, your own self-criticism system, your own self-judgment system, through trusting the love that is inside of your heart. Through your heart is a portal into your soul. You hear me share and teach a lot about the purpose of your heart center, because it is the entry door into the truth. That truth exists through and beyond the opposites, the dualities in yourself. That light within your heart can help melt your fears. Your fears are passed down. Fears are passed down from generation to generation. Some of the fears that affected your parents were given to them by their parents and grandparents. And we all carry those cellular fears. They're in the DNA, meaning they're part of you, and they are transformed through bringing the light in. The Be Light meditation practices that are in the Spirit Gateways Institute work to dissolve the resistances and the fears within you. Anger What is anger? Anger grows when we feel unseen, unheard, and unreceived. We feel like we do not exist. Someone is not hearing us, paying attention to us, really showing up in presence. Anger can begin to grow while in utero. We can pick up anger from our mother. We can energetically, on a psychic level, pick up anger from our father. We are transparent beings. We're conscious as a soul being. Even though our intellect has not begun to develop, which does not happen until between 7 to 10. Your anger is life force energy. Your anger is valid and real. How you interact, how you engage with your anger is crucial. It can offset your life path when you follow reactionary anger and you think that because you're angry, for instance, that you have the right to impose it on someone else or vent it out because your father did that, your grandfather did that, and you might have grown up in a family where anger was the underlying hush, where no one would ever talk about being angry, but then anger would come out in a big volcanic explosion. And the masculine in our culture has taken on the false belief, a social cultural belief, that the man has the right to express that anger how he wants, where he wants. The feminine has grown into not knowing how to work with her own power within. And when that power is repressed, there's anger. So expressing the anger doesn't create evolutionary development, unfoldment. The anger is an addiction. It's a place that we've created to be safe. But we have to move through what anger is. And it really is the part of ourself that might be in deep grief, deep sorrow, the pain of feeling as though who you are doesn't matter, that you have no right to exist, and that you feel unimportant. And that anger comes out in our present society in violence. And all of us have that seed within inside of ourselves of what do we do with our anger? Do we turn it against ourselves? Do we push down our greatest feelings? Do we feel angry that we weren't given the opportunities that others were given, that we wish we had? Are we angry that we don't have enough power, prestige, money? Anger to not have enough food? Because you know that you matter deep inside. Because deep inside, in the essence of who you are, is that source of oneness that has an infinite divine intelligence. You are an incredibly brilliant spark of light. That light is a consciousness. Inside of every cell in your body is that light. And when that light is ignored, dimmed, manipulated, controlled, it holds a steady flame. It will hold its steady flame. Your mind, the rest of you, that holds your mind and puts it into action, needs to shift to connect in with the light within you. And by connecting in with that light within you, you're able to transform the anger Melt the resistance and have compassion for your fear. Respect your fear. Hold it, but don't make it your truth. And if you find yourself living in your head and fearing other people because that's what you see online, or that you fear this, trust your truth voice inside that's guiding you to know what to fear and what not to fear, and to be able to see through from the full eyes in your heart, your mind coming into your heart, sliding down from your head to your heart, bridging into your pubic bone, letting your mind connect all the way into the pubic bone, your lower belly, so that you can experience feeling connected, whole in yourself. So that whether you are in a man's body, a woman's body, you create a new relationship with the resistance, the fear, and the anger that is inside of you. Know what you're angry about. Get in touch with the anger that grew through feeling, whether it is your creativity, your intellect, your spirit, your soul, being pushed aside, ignored, always putting pressure on you to perform more, to be more of this. The pressure that we put on ourselves, that can drop, that can move, that pressure, lift it, let it go. Decide to love yourself, love letting yourself be interconnected, feeling your body, receiving its messages, and being true, so that the spirit of your soul can activate a new way of thinking inside of you. And I'd love to invite you to the Spirit Gateways Institute. It's free to join into the Spirit Gateways Evolutionary Empowerment Global Village and receive the support, the tools, and the guidance to evolve yourself forward in your life through being free of what's holding you down, holding you back, so that you can be aligned into the deepest core truth of your awareness, your consciousness, and the light within you. Thank you so very much for joining with all of us, holding you in deep love. Until next time, thanks for being here.